good for Bill for getting out from under, kind of what was going to be a failing territory there, Mid South, which was then the UWF. It's I can't really think of a more polite way to ask this, so I'm just going to be blunt about it. Do you think that Bill Watts fleeced the Crockett's with that deal? Because I've heard people say, like, what are you buying when you buy a territory exactly?
Uh, yeah, well, I don't, again, I don't know. I mean, um, it's like I don't know if the Crockett's, you know, it's hard for me to answer that question. I mean, I don't. I know Bill was extremely, he's probably one of the, I mean, yeah, one of the smartest guys I've ever met,
Yeah,
and especially when it comes to this business. And so, I mean, I believe that Bill saw the handwriting on the wall, and I mean, obviously, if you're playing the game, you're not gonna show him your hand. I mean, I don't think he went to the Crockett's and said, "Hey, I want to sell you my territory because I believe that the WWF is going to be the only thing left." Because the WWF was going to all, when Vince started out, he went to all those promoters, and I don't know if you know that story, but he went to all of them and said, "Here's what I'm about to do," and he says, "If you want to come on board and be a part of it, you're welcome. But if not, just know I'm coming."
man.
And so you can't get any, you know any more plain than that. It wasn't like, he was running in and I'm going to steal your territory. He just told him, he said, "I'm going to go nationwide," and he says, "If you want to be a part of it, come on." And like most promoters, they, you know, you're gonna do what, and I don't know if maybe the egos are too big. I don't know with the Crockett's, and I, the other thing is, I never knew the Crockett's. It's like Charlotte was one of the biggest, most respectable territories in the wrestling industry, and I never had the opportunity to work for them. I just never. I mean, and I never got an invitation from them. I never, I never like, I never solicited them to work for their territory. And I think the only time I ever met one of the Crockett's was at a match I was having in St. Louis. And I was just I don't know. Um, Jimmy Crockett just seemed very nose in the air to me. You know, like like, "Hey kid, you're doing great, blah blah blah." Nothing. It's like, so well, if he's not going to talk to me, I'm not going to talk to him.
Interesting to think of what could have been if you had gone to that territory. Like, I wonder
Yeah,
if you could have helped save the Crockett's. I think that you certainly would have been a big step in the right direction.
yeah. But I mean, and but at the end of the day, Bill was right, about what he saw coming down the road, and it was kind of like, well, like, it's too little, too late. It's like, if I'd have seen this coming sooner, I might have been able to do something. But he didn't have the, uh, you know, and again, the other thing that Bill didn't have was that he didn't have the money that the McMahons had.
Right.
New York was, shoo, big money territory.
Well, and again, good for Bill. Like, whether that was a kind of a trumped up deal or a phony deal or whatever, some because those are the opinions I've heard. I don't necessarily have an opinion on the matter because I don't know enough about it. But like those are the opinions I've heard where people are like, "Oh boy, Bill really took advantage of the Crockett's. He sold them essentially nothing." Well, even if that's the case, good for Bill because a lot of these companies are just going out of business, just losing money, and all of a sudden your territory's gone. Where Bill saw a way out and he made it work. So, like, man,
Well,
good
yeah,
for him.
but here's the way I look at that. Good for Bill. I mean, if he's smart enough to see a way out, uh, why would you go to somebody and say, here's what I think's happening. I think New York's going to end up owning the whole uh, the whole world, and that's why I'm getting out.
Yeah.
Are you? You know, it's kind of like, are you going to show your hand?
Hell no.
Hell
Hell no.
no, heck no. You know, so to like badmouth him for doing that is stupid.
Agreed. Agree. Like
Yeah,
if anybody's mad, they're probably just mad that they didn't think of an idea of that nature.
yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
so no, good on Bill.